75 Hard. A Dad's Transformation.
Hi everyone, welcome to day 12 of my 70 Hard recap. I have to work on my self-management and my time management because yesterday it got pretty close to failing. I wasn't able to get up early because I was too tired, so I slept in till 6:30. So first disappointment more likely was that I wasn't able to read my 10 pages. But it is what it is. So I jumped up, got the kids ready, woke up the wife, and we went our ways. Oh no, that's technically not true because my wife worked from home. And I went to the office because we still had some work to do on the whole IT end. Luckily, we have the treadmill at the office. So I pulled it out, got it under my desk, and walked on the treadmill with 5 kilometers an hour for, I would say, a good hour. And it was exhausting because it's still pretty hot in the office. So you don't have gym clothes on, just your normal day clothes. And I actually wore jeans. So I sweated pretty heavily. And my wife's employees, let me just tell you that, they made fun of me because I was so sweaty. A little bit gross as well. But I realized this whole treadmill thing, I need to implement that in my working day because everybody says now that they have ADHD or ADHS. I'm not sure if but I'm so focused when I'm walking and my feet actually doing something. I'm able to focus so hard on work. I realized that on Saturday last week, where I was cutting the podcast and cutting a video, that I was so damn focused. And yesterday was the exact same thing. I was able to get a lot of stuff done, what I've normally would take more time because I normally would be kind of easily distracted from other things. That was really cool. But then the day got bumpy. I had to pick up my son from school, so I worked. Went home really quick, got a couple of other things done, and then I went back to picked up my son. We literally had, I would say, 45 minutes. So in that 45 minutes, I had to prep something to eat. That would have been my first meal that day. And it was already like 3:30. And then we had to head out. I had to drop my son at my parents' because we had an appointment at a notary for future business. And that appointment got way too long, so I got back at 6:30. So, and I remember, I still have to read. I still have to do my second workout. I haven't really had much to drink that day because I was so busy. I had my gallon with me, but I kind of forgot it. So I would say I had like 2.5 liters left. And it was already 6:30. So I downed a liter, sat down. I had to do the podcast as well. So the day 11 podcast wasn't done at that point. So I had to cut it. I recorded it in the morning, but I didn't cut it. So it had to be done as well. And the other thing was that the kids needed to get to bed. We had to do some homework that was left for my older son. And I think the first time I was able to sit down and think about how I'm going to manage the rest of the day was at 8:30. So I said, okay, my plan was to, and I told you about it, I wanted to do an extended bike ride because yesterday was more likely the last day with the good weather. But I wasn't able to get it in. There was no chance. So I packed up the good old water rower, jumped on the water rower, did a 45-minute workout. I finally made it back to 10 kilometers in 45 minutes. I don't know why, but I dropped off. So I had days where it was like 8,000. So I got pretty slow. Maybe it's the soreness or something like that. And I had a severe I had to fight. 45 minutes was not that easy. it was in my bag and I got intense pretty heavily. Anyhow, and the other thing was I still had to read my 10 pages. And then I sat down and started to read and I fell asleep. I freaking fell asleep. And I fell asleep, I would say, at page 7 or something like that. And my wife already went to bed because she was really, really tired. So I was alone downstairs. And thank God the dogs woke me up at 11:50. 11:50. So I was able to read the last 3 pages and down the last liter of water in the last 10 minutes of the day. That's not going to happen again. That was just terrible. And drinking a liter of water before you go to bed is not a good idea because I had to get up twice last night to pee. Sharing a lot of information here. Yeah, that was it. That was my day. And it wasn't cool. That wasn't fun. And when I record this, it's 10:43. I haven't read yet. And there is no workout in. So, yeah, I need to get stuff done today. Anyhow, today is going to be a longer episode because I had so much to talk about regarding yesterday, but I got approached and got questions how I organize my day. But before I'm going to talk about my day-to-day management and how my week looks like and how much time I'm spending with my kids, how much time do I spend on work and all the other stuff, and quality time with my wife, obviously, I have to explain what I actually do. And I'm going to share my LinkedIn profile down in the show notes so you can have a deeper look there. But I need to explain a bit further what my job is right now. So 2.5 years ago, my wife and I decided that it's time to open a tax advisory firm. Because my wife is a certified tax advisor, which is similar to a lawyer here in Germany. And she was so unhappy in her employment situation that I said, okay, let's take a step. And it was right in front of COVID. Yeah, come on, let's open an office for you and you can do like a 20 hours. So you be happy, you have nice clients and you can do what you like to do and don't report to anyone. That was the main idea, but it got fast-tracked pretty heavily and we came to a point where I decided, okay, I'm going to quit my job. I was a business development advisor in a big law firm, big US law firm, US-UK law firm in the field of life sciences and healthcare. And I managed more likely the European life sciences and healthcare business development division. And I dropped out and I said, I'm going to take care of the kids and you concentrate on what you do best. And obviously my wife is awesome with the kids, but on your profession, and you build out your office. And I stepped in as a part-time office manager, more likely. And it is IT, business development, marketing, housekeeper. Yeah, whatever job was necessary to kind of support there, I did. But while I was doing that, I already had one podcast running, which came through my old employee. So I launched that podcast 2.5 years ago, I would say, which is focused on legal developments in the international legal developments in the field of life sciences and healthcare. So if you are interested in the regulation of hand sanitizers due to the COVID pandemic, or diversity in clinical trials, or the combination of artificial intelligence and medical devices, you can check that out. Pretty niche, super interesting. I love that. It's awesome. And that keeps me connected to my old employer, which I appreciate a lot. But while I was doing that, I realized that there is a market, and I started to become a podcast producer for law firms and other small companies. And I opened my own company. And while I was doing that, I got approached to somebody else who had a couple of questions. So I founded a business development service advisory firm in addition to that. So we have the tax advisory office, we have this podcast production company, as well as the business development and marketing advisory that I'm working as well. So I'm dabbling these through 3 jobs, and I'm taking care of the kids till the evening when my wife comes home, and we still keep the tradition going that she brings the kids to bed and spends like the last 1.5 hours of the day with them. So we have dinner together in an ideal world and spend time together there. That's it. So to dabble that, more likely most of the time, or no, different approach. Now I'm in a situation where I more likely concentrate on the podcast production and the kind of advisory thing on Mondays and Tuesdays, and support my wife in the office from Wednesday to Friday. From time to time it switches, so one time it's Monday, one time it's Wednesday. That's the situation right now. But it's so much fun, and I'm super happy, and I learn so much, and I meet so many interesting people that it's worth everything. And I enjoy every minute of it. And obviously I enjoy spending time with my kids, but from time to time you need to challenge the brain, and fixing crashed computers or not working printers is not really kind of challenging my brain. So this whole advisory thing, as well as thinking about podcast concepts and coming up with ideas and doing all kind of this thing together with people who are super into it, is a lot of fun for me. So that's more likely what I do for a living. The main idea was to become a stay-at-home dad and take care of the kids and take care of the household. But yeah, it changed. The profile changed over the last couple of months. Oh yeah, I would say over the last couple of 8 months, it heavily changed. But the focus is still on the kids. So in the morning, there is business and all this stuff. In the night, there is business and the stuff that comes along with it. But in the afternoon, when I pick up my kids from school, it's kids. That's it for today. If you have further questions or you're interested in how to kind of create a podcast or something like that, send me an email. Please leave a like, leave a follow. And in addition, if you would like to know more, or if you would like to make suggestions what I should talk about, what I should focus on, just let me know. So have a great rest of your day. Bye.